Happy New Year's, everybody. Welcome to the Blowhole.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have some of the whale's tail finest today. Look, I can't with the fucking mask on over here. Who are we calling you?
My name is Connie.
Connie?
Connie.
She's so embarrassed and ashamed that she works here that she has to wear a... What mask is this?
Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's signed by Catherine O'Hara, so it's actually a collectibles item. Yeah, from
Very
Pristine
cool.
Auction, so... You got to look.
You look fucking ridiculous, by the way.
Good.
Yes. And Rachel, our bartender.
Woo!
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Rachel.
Oh,
You're good. You got it.
I know. I'm a little nervous. Not used to this.
You're shot.
Yeah.
You are shot.
Yeah.
And Ash Cat, she doesn't smell like pot today.
I won't.
I was
maybe I
shocked.
sprayed myself with some of this.
Which makes our gift that we're giving to you
Even
pointless.
better.
Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
thank you.
I put together a nice gift basket
That's
for
so
you.
cool. That's so thoughtful. So cool. It's very cool.
And I even did the basket myself, right, honey?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
I'm shocked.
I
It's
bought
pretty
little-
cool maybe we should sell these here.
Marijuana
Like,
cookbook and
That's
some
cool.
weed socks and
That's cool.
what is that? Some weed games and of course
Yeah.
spray because you always smell like a fucking
Always.
pot festival.
But I can work very hard when I am, so. No,
But-
thank you. This is great.
But this is an
Very
interesting
cool.
concept
Very cool.
today here because as we go into the new year.
Can you breathe, Connie? Connie, do you need...
We're good, guys.
Check
Okay.
on her if you
I'm good.
Okay.
every so
Didn't know if you needed oxygen in there. Con. Didn't know.
As we're going and preparing for the new season, right? This time of year, we start thinking about some of the changes that we want to make. Some of the things that were successful in the season and some of the things that we need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, Connie and I had a conversation last year because I want to be very clear, not because of her profession. But we had thought it would be very interesting, and I concur, to have an on-premise therapist 24/7
Yes.
working here.
Wow.
Where when the restaurant is open, if somebody needs a break to come talk about how fucked up that they are, because everybody's pretty fucked up here, we have an on-premise therapist. I think that's a good idea.
Wow,
I think that's a
Connie.
great idea.
Connie.
Don't you
Has
think,
anyone-
Connie, over there?
Has anyone seen the show Billions?
No.
No.
Is it streaming?
Well, yes. And Paul Giamatti is the main character. And he works on a...
Are you able to maybe move the mask from your mouth so we can hear you because you're muffled?
Can you hear me?
I think
Yeah,
a
that's
little
even better. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So Paul Giamatti, he works for, I think it's a hedge fund. And you know how, I actually have thought that working here is a lot like being on a trading floor. It's just like a low budget trading floor.
Thank you, I think.
And,
What does that mean?
Low budget.
What? like-
we're not like trading billions of dollars.
Wolf
Do you,
of Wall
do you
Street in
disagree
it,
with
right.
that?
No, but what do you mean? Like the culture of a trading floor?
Yeah.
That like everybody's just like fucking high anxiety, mentally ill, like coked out of their head type of.
Correct. All of the above.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah.
I've never even tried cocaine,
Yeah.
so don't put me in that category.
People
I might
with
be,
issues, I mean,
Yeah.
people working.
Well, so
yeah.
what
So anyway-
were
Having
it,
breakdowns.
now? Connie, is it right?
See.
You are new to the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
You come from normal world, and you joined us. What was it? 2 seasons ago.
Correct.
And I got to be honest, one of just the worst fucking waitresses I've ever seen in my life. When you started, I was terrible. Terrible.
Oh my God!
Listen, how many times were we going to fire you?
This is news to me.
Oh
to Connie. What the
no. We all sat down, and I think on 3 separate occasions they were going to terminate you.
They? Who's they?
I don't know whoever the managers
They?
were at the time. And
Wow.
but you know what? You know what it is? You're such a nice person. I like you. And you're one of the few adults in the room. So I actually saw the value in your horrific waitressing skills. And we decided to keep you along. And you developed into a good waitress.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not great, but you became a good waitress.
Thank you.
No, listen, they put her on the back deck all the time, you know? And then she's going from the back to, no. She is actually really
Yeah,
good.
she's incredible.
But she would get weeded. She would get in the
I get
weeds all the
that.
time.
When you haven't worked in the hospitality industry and you're coming in not
Yeah.
knowing what you're doing, I'd be
Yeah.
like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I'd be weeded out smoking and weeded out.
Yeah.
So,
now the other thing, Connie,
Yeah.
is having not worked in this industry, you weren't really accustomed to the say it how it is, shit or get off the pot type of mentality that comes along with our industry.
Not at all.
Rough, tough, thick skin, and a lot of things are said throughout the shift, as Rachel would attest to, because you're a seasoned veteran in this. Like, people are fucked up and you say terrible things, and 99% of the time, you're totally unaffected by it in the hospitality. Like, if somebody says you're a whore, you're like, yeah, that might be so, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when it's all done, you're like, you don't even remember somebody called you a whore.
Yep.
But Connie, in your industry, if somebody called you a whore,
They'd
you'd
be
really
fired.
take offense to it.
Well, not only would I take offense to it, but they would be fired.
Right?
yeah, bye
Whereas
Yeah.
the thing that is interesting about the restaurant industry is who are you going to go to? There is no HR. There is no one saying you can't say that, you can't do that. I mean,
Well, you can in like professional hospitality organizations,
right.
but I'm clearly
right.
a fucking loser.
right.
Right.
Good luck, Connie.
Good luck.
So,
yeah.
so this becoming your first experience in food and beverage, and there were times that you and I would have conversations where you were a little taken back with some of the behaviors that were down there,
Yeah.
and I always enjoyed our conversations, and that spawned this idea
Right.
of having an on-premise therapist. And then to take that even further, I said, I got even a better idea. Let's get one of the most fucked up people that we have working here and actually bring them on to Behind the Blowhole.
That would be me.
And that would be Rachel. And so this is great. So I think it's necessary and appropriate to kind of do a little assessment. I saw this gradual change. It was like the swinging of a pendulum
She got to pop in.
from like house mom to like hooker type. I'm not saying like, you know,
No. I think
But,
I
like-
I came out of my skin a little bit.
Started going to concerts.
did you come out of anything else? I mean, like, so
Yeah, the dungeon.
I've been locked
She's
in
been
for so
locked
many
in.
years.
She's came out now.
it was like the releasing of a housewife.
Yeah.
Your eyelashes grew 2 inches.
Cisco unleashed the dragon.
The lips fucking puffed up.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank
Call
you.
him if you need them.
You shed some pounds.
Yes.
Your hair's being done. You got this green, like, fucking, what is that under your eyes? I don't even know. What is that?
It's like eyeliner, probably.
Makeup.
It's
Yeah, it's called makeup. Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah,
We use it from time to time.
Yeah.
It's just screaming, I want to do inappropriate things.
At work or just
I'm
in
just
general?
saying in general,
In general.
Oh,
right?
Correct.
okay.
So,
And that is what I exude. I try to give that off.
what,
You're
did
a
you want to be a
bartender.
fucking animal?
Hey, chicka
Not an animal,
now.
but I think I was not looked at by, men for so long because I just didn't care about myself and I didn't really feel attractive. And then,
Connie, are you taking this in? Because we're going to have a session
Can you hear me?
shortly. We'll get you in here.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I love you.
so,
you just stay.
so go on. You didn't feel...
So I didn't feel good really about myself. When I finally came here, I started to have friendships, make great connections with the customers.
all very healthy connections.
And all healthy connections.
Right. Yes.
Just really like positive and
Yes.
and I started to find myself a little bit, and I started to
No, it feels good.
feel
to,
good because, you know, I had there was one instance that happened outside of here, but it was with someone that I met here.
What do you mean instance?
So like after work, we hung out.
Oh, that type of instance.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was the first time that I had that in a really long time. And that is where it sparked me, and that fire just hit. And it wasn't like anything.
So a fire
yeah.
was ignited in the old, miserable, desperate housewife washing dishes, being chained
was
to the
done.
fucking
She was
laundry
done.
machine.
All because this one guy looked at me every time he came in a way that I never had been looked at in a really long time.
So,
And that
Boom.
started it.
all right,
you go.
stop there. Connie, I mean,
Okay.
fucking, this is
Sally.
just like,
Well, it is Sally.
sorry, this is a therapist's dream situation.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Okay.
What happened with Rachel here?
So
Yeah,
Connie knows a little bit about me.
I do. I
I
do.
mean,
and
we do share a lot of
I think Rachel is an incredible person.
But hold on, stop for a minute.
Okay.
I want to know from like a therapist perspective. You have
not
to say
a therapist,
that. I know
just
you're
to
not.
let you know.
But you have to say that, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the compliment sandwich.
So I think first of all, yes, I'm not a therapist.
We know that. Yes.
Whatever I'm telling you right now, please don't take to heart.
Of course not.
Like I said, Rachel is an incredible person. I got to know her very well. We work together. We work well together. She shared things with me. And one of the things that I see, and coming from someone who is at a similar point in my life, at a point in our lives, we're midlife. You could say we're midlife.
Sure.
We've been through things. I know that. Rachel's been through a lot, and you know what happens is that you either sink or swim, and she's definitely swimming. And I think that she got to a point where things weren't working for her anymore in her marriage. If I can share that, Rachel.
Yes.
Okay. And she said, I'm going to go, and I'm going to do this on my own, and I'm going to take care of my child, and I'm going to be a good mom, but I'm also going to get back to me. And I think that that's amazing that you've done that. And listen, I think that, if I were to talk to you, like, not as just a friend, right? Because we've had so many conversations as just friends, but I think also as someone who is giving you advice. I so far I have not seen or heard from you, at least what you're saying right now, anything that is destructive. Sometimes when we're when we're married and we're
Unleashed.
right, and we're like let out of a cage, if you will, and some of the behaviors that come from that can sometimes be self-destructive. But if that's not happening and you're feeling empowered, which is what I see and hear from you, then I think that's great.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
I mean, well, you're having a good time being unleashed.
Oh yeah. I mean,
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. I definitely.
That was great, Connie. Thank you.
Yeah, that really
Connie's
that really
the
hit
best.
me.
Connie.
And it just makes me want to do naughty things.
Wow. I mean, me and Connie are saving
and
birds over here and shit.
And
you're
you know what
like,
I would
This
say with
mask
that?
is like.
wow.
You know what I would say with that? Just protect yourself and be careful and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Bring
So-
a knife.
yeah.
Bring a knife.
But
Yeah.
but let me ask
And
you
bring
something.
a knife.
Bring a knife.
Now,
Now, if I tell Connie a situation that happened to me 2 weeks ago, Ashley knows about it. I had to call her. I called her, and I actually wound up. It was a whole thing. So I got catfished.
catfish, what does that mean?
Catfished person wasn't who they said they were online. So they showed me videos, pictures, but it wasn't them when I arrived at the door.
Scary.
Very scared.
What was it? Like a fucking midget or like a?
Yeah, because when you go online,
Which
you
wouldn't
put
be bad,
how tall you
okay?
are.
No, we like little people.
Right, but you put how tall you are because those are the preferences that a woman looks for, or a man looks for in a woman. So you have to have like, okay, they're 5'6".
Is this a dating site?
It's a dating site.
Okay.
So I started this stupid dating site because one of the customers that you guys know very well, I talk about a lot, he suggested that I do this to kind of help myself maybe not be lonely sometimes or feel lonely or whatever. So I did this stupid site and for about 2 months now. And so far it's been great. Everybody I've met is real. And I went to New Jersey.
How many people have you met?
Probably on there about 7.
Holy shit.
About 7.
Wow.
And they were all true to who they were.
Okay.
So, and then I went to New Jersey. This guy was so adamant. He's like, please come here, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize he didn't have a car. I didn't realize he didn't have a job.
Was he a child?
No, he was an older, he's 47 years old. Older man.
It's like Rex Heuermann.
But the pictures that he sent me were from 15 years ago.
Oh,
So
maybe he should work
on
here.
somebody's face or their body, that's a difference. So anyways, I was like, whatever, I get to New Jersey, I park. He tells me he's not coming outside. So I thought that was weird. And I'm like, I'm in New Jersey and it's like in a crack area.
Ew, bye, screet.
Hold on. I still didn't leave. So I go to the building. He
Dear
goes,
God.
I'll buzz you in. So I look for I get buzzed in. There's a thing of fries, McDonald's fries, and like ketchup just sitting there by the doorway as I'm
Don't
getting
tell
buzzed
me
in.
you picked up a fry and ate
No.
it. Please, God. Okay.
But it smelled so fresh. like French
she's like,
fries.
I definitely want one of those French fries. I definitely.
I'm like, who just leaves fries and ketchup on the floor like that? So
Guess crackhead.
that was the first flag, red flag, right? Now I was talking to this guy previous for about a week, so I really trusted the process of me going there. Talked on the phone. We never FaceTime. That was the issue. I never FaceTime him. He said he couldn't FaceTime. He doesn't like doing that.
I would have
Red
said,
flag.
you're a catfish.
But I didn't think of
it.
it as anything. So I get there. He buzzes me in. I go upstairs. I don't know if you've seen the documentary of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember the doors and the way the hallway looked. And the lady that was his neighbor said how it would smell really weird. And I just remember going down this hallway and it's smelling really weird.
So
and the
turn
door,
around.
You would have thought by that point.
Right?
So you thought you were walking into like a murder house,
A murder building.
But you
yes.
kept going.
but you kept going.
And I
kept going.
like a horror movie where you're like, turn around. What?
Connie,
like, bitch, turn around.
Yeah, like, damn.
Does that mean subconsciously that she feels dead inside?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
It has to be,
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. I'm just wondering.
As long as
because I
Connie
feel
says
down
it. Yeah.
inside.
No,
Go-
she is seeking love and
In all the wrong places.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I say that
real
every day.
Dumpington
okay,
place.
we can keep going. Rachel.
Okay, so I get to the door. He says, "Are you
Whoever
here?" I
you
said,
people
"Yes." I open the door, and I'm all dressed up. I have heels. I really want because we were gonna go out that night.
Green makeup and all.
She went
Oh,
ham.
it was different. I always do something different. My
you
nails
do.
were different.
Green
I always do something.
What
crazy.
color was your eyeshadow?
I think my eyeshadow was blue because I love the blue, a dark blue on my eyes, and I do
purple
like an
looks
under. I love the purple too.
and it just had a nice backdrop to Murder House.
Yeah, and I put a lot of lip gloss on, so my lips
Oh, you
looked
were ready
really
to get
pumpy.
murdered. Yeah, you were
I
ready.
was ready
yeah,
to get
you
tortured.
were ready. Yeah. No
All right.
pepper spray, no nothing. You were just ready to go.
So-
yeah.
So Jersey opens the door.
So Jersey opens the door, and he was about Connie's height. And I was wearing heels.
Mask. Sorry. Go on. So you were wearing heels.
So I'm wearing
So you-
heels. So now you have
so
to
you
think I'm already
towered over this
5'9". I'm
shit.
about 6'2"
Oh,
on this
my
guy.
fuck. Whoa.
And
we've
he looks at me and he
embraced.
goes, "Oh
I know
my
what-
God."
I know what
He goes,
that-
"You're so beautiful." And I looked at him and I said, "Is there happy hour anywhere?" Because I couldn't even. I walk into the apartment. So now I actually go in, and I sit down on the couch.
Looking at
Everything
die.
around me is just sheets on things. It's like dirty. It's like very like there's animal smell, and I'm like, "Where's the animal?"
my
and I'm
God.
just like
Oh my
freaking
God,
out.
he
So
probably
you
pisses all over the
maybe
place.
this is where he kills people.
Hold on, gets worse.
Oh, boy.
I go into his bedroom because he goes, "Come into the bedroom." I'm like, "Why'd I go into the bedroom?"
Plastic.
Go into. He has a mattress, a pad on the floor about this big. That's where he thought we were gonna.
Okay, so this
have
was
some
like
fun.
a yeah.
It was
You
on a
were
pad
gonna.
on his floor.
A pad?
You're gonna be taken.
Like a pad, not even a mattress.
No, you're gonna be taken.
What do you mean like a pad? Like something that like you like shit
something
on?
that
Like
the
a
dead slept on in the
dog-
Philippines.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a pad. Like there's no
Like-
for
like-
this thing.
like a workout pad.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? The
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, maybe you wanted to work out.
So I looked down because it was on the
Take you.
floor, and I looked at his room, and it was really like weird. And then I walked out and I said, "Is there happy hour anywhere?" And he said, "Yeah, we can go." And then I sat on the couch. He goes, "Can I just?" So I gave him a gift. I bought him a gift. Why?
Oh my god!
Why?
Come on.
Wait.
What?
Time
Because
out,
he
time
told
out.
me he hasn't celebrated Christmas in a
What
really
was the
long time.
gift?
It was a Sonic the Hedgehog plushie, like a one of those things kids like. And it had like a
Okay.
Santa hat on it. And it was so cute because it was Santa, and I thought it would just give him cheer. It would bring joy.
That's very
That's
nice.
nice.
I'm a very like caring person. I really do think about people and like what their stories are.
Right.
So I brought that for him, and then I brought him a bottle of baby oil.
So you're P Diddying him.
I did.
Diddling.
I
him.
So hold on a
darling
second.
him.
Hold on
A
a
whole
second.
bottle of baby oil and
You
the
gave
Sonic.
him a plush doll, something that you would give to a child,
And
followed
then-
up with a bottle of baby
Johnson
oil.
and Johnson. I made sure I got the
Johnston and
brand
Johnston.
Connie, are we getting all this? All right,
Yeah.
keep going.
that he intended to use on me. So remember, that's why I had brought it. And so I gave him-
Wait. Excuse me. Hold on. So was this talked about
It was
beforehand?
predetermined.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This was the week of us just talking and being up till 3 a.m. and just talking and what we like, what we don't like. And that's where it kind of went.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm in the apartment. I finally said, before we leave, let me give him this bag just because I feel like we got to get this over with. Give him the bag. He was like, "Thank you so much. It's so sweet." And he just kept holding the plushie and throwing it up in the air
Come
and
on.
catching it
Come
like he was
on.
nervous. And I'm sitting there like,
I gotta go.
yeah, I gotta go. So he starts grabbing my foot and he starts taking my boot and he's like, "I love your boots." And he starts rubbing my legs. And I'm like, so I thought that was a little odd. I said, "Yeah, they're boots." He's like, "Where'd you get those? What kind of boots are those?" And I'm like, I don't know, they're boots. And he starts getting really like nerdy and like weird with me. So I started feeling weird in that situation, like in that moment. I'm like, I have to get out of this place. So I said, "I know we talked about going to a bar. I would love to just like warm up a little bit and like have a cocktail. Happy hour, let's go." He said, "Yeah, right down the road, let's go." So we went. And as we went, we walked because he doesn't have a car. And I was parked down on his block.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
We go down an alleyway. We make a left. We go down a main road. I knew all of my entrances and exits because I'm like that.
Thank God.
So I knew exactly how to get back to my car and exactly if this guy was to do anything. We spent about 2 hours at the bar. I told the bartender that I wasn't interested in this man, so please keep an eye out for him. The bartender stayed with me all night, for the 2 hours that we were there.
did you end up hanging out with the bartender?
Alan was his name. He was such a cool guy. Such a cool guy, but no.
All right.
And then, this guy was very touchy-feely with me. He wanted more. You could tell
Like,
as we were
don't
there.
touch me now.
So I crossed my legs because I just that's like my sign of like, and
Stay away.
Yeah.
Wait. So hold on a second. If the legs are crossed, that means the bar ain't open.
Correct.
Got it. All right.
For me.
Got
For
it.
me. If I'm not sitting there and I'm not like, yeah, and you're touching my legs and
Right.
No. And he was
But
very-
if the legs are open,
let's do it.
open bar.
I mean, I have written down here shit from the restaurant that the girl eats full jalapenos, bring me fucking lobster tail pastries, and you guys are talking about putting a fucking pastry. I mean, I just can't even
You are certainly an
I'm a little
interesting
confused here.
an interesting candidate for our first therapy session. Keep going.
Connie,
this is
can
fun.
you breathe?
So
How
as
did you
we're-
get out of the situation?
So,
know if
well,
you
let me
were
tell you, as we're at the
non-therapeutic.
bar, I go into the bathroom quickly. I was so nervous, I actually bought a pack of cigarettes, and I don't smoke anymore.
Just leave.
So I bought a pack of cigarettes in Jersey. I went outside to
Why?
smoke a cigarette because I had a few, like 2 cocktails. And I went in the bathroom. As I come out, he goes, "Did you do coke in the bathroom?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "You were in there so fast." I said, "No, I was just checking myself." So
I'm a
the fact
girl.
that he was like making comments like that, just being kind of passive aggressive with me. And then he seemed jittery. Like he was just like all the time. And I was just like, okay. So I just kind of just let
Okay,
it go.
bro.
Finally, I said, "I'm hungry." So I started playing a game. If I stay out longer and I keep saying that I need something, I'll never get back to his place. It'll be perfect.
Or I can just get in my car and just leave this guy.
Yeah, most people would have thought that too,
yeah,
right?
Damn. I mean, shit.
But no. So I said, I would love some sushi. He goes, "Oh, okay. Let me think." I go, "Do you have sushi in Jersey?" He goes, no, there's no sushi here.
Gas station sushi.
He goes, there's no sushi here. So I said, okay.
What kind of fucking
As we
state is
leave,
this?
I finally get the bill comes onto the table, and he was expecting me to pay for it.
Get out of here.
Come on.
He was ready
this
to go
gets
and
better
walk out.
and better every
Nope.
I
second.
basically took the receipt and I said, you need to pay for that before we leave. And he was like, all right. He only had $65 in cash in his pocket, and the bill was $55. And he tipped the bartender $5. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. He showed me his food stamps card. He was thinking that was going to impress me. I'm like, I can't. I can't. This was a terrible, terrible date. It was a terrible experience. So we left, we go outside, and I see some restaurants that are lit up, like little, like Jamaican patties, things you can just kind of grab and go. And he's like, no, you're not going in that store. Come to my place.
Ew.
Forcing me down the street. And I said, no. I said, you know what? Actually, I don't feel a connection. He goes, what? You don't feel a connection? Started getting upset with me. I was like, I just can't. So as soon as I went and followed him back to his place, I went to my car because we passed it, clicked the door thing, hopped in and locked it. And that was it. And then he just kept calling me, texting me crazy after I left. Come back for your plushie. You better come back to New Jersey for this plushie.
Just throw it out, bro.
I said, you can throw it out, burn it. I don't give a shit what you do.
Wow.
Whoa.
And then to this day, he still hits me up.
Wow. I would have had him blocked.
He said, I just need you once. I just need you once. That's all he wanted.
Whoa.
One
So
time.
now he's going to stalk you out. He needed you
Correct.
once and now he's great.
Once. That's all he needed.
Connie.
Connie, what are your thoughts?
Can you breathe, Connie? Are you there?
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm here. I'm good. I'm listening.
Well,
That was a lot
and
to
the
take
best
in.
part is as the week went on and he wouldn't leave me alone, he told me how much of the baby oil he used on himself.
I would have thrown up. Yeah.
So I'm thinking a couple of things. If we were to talk, I would say,
Such a calming voice Connie has, too.
thank you.
Brings the tone down.
I know you're going to say I have a child and I have to be careful, right? Because that's like,
So it's interesting that you're like, I know you're going to say, right? So you already know that you put yourself in a risky situation.
but why do it anyway?
But however, one of the things that's really, really hard for women who are in, midlife and they're divorced and they're trying to move on, and there's nothing wrong with online dating, and some people will say, but you could get yourself into dangerous situations and da 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 da. Well, yeah, you can, but then what are you supposed to do? Sit home and not try to meet anyone? So, but by being in these situations, there are some things you could do, right? When you see the signs, like I'm going to ask you, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to ask you, like, what would you have done differently looking back? Like having a clearer head a month later or whatever it is,
I've already had now since then. Yes. I look back and I think to myself, why didn't I FaceTime him? Why wasn't there more of that, like more personal, like seeing him? And I didn't really do that. I just took a picture and I went off of a picture.
Right.
And I think that was my mistake because I never do that.
Why you didn't put your Forrest
why
Gump
with
running
him?
shoes on and run away from the man? I mean, things you think of now.
Yeah.
Well,
But it is interesting that, all of us could sit here and say, why didn't you do that? And why didn't you do that? But the thing is, when you're in the situation, it's hard to make the call, at the moment. So, for example, when you showed up at the door and saw that he wasn't the guy that was in the pictures, would you have done anything differently in that moment?
No, because I'm not disrespectful and I'm not rude.
so you didn't want to hurt his feelings
Yeah.
by
Correct.
throwing up in your mouth and running away.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not that person. I'm just not. I wasn't raised like that.
Yeah.
So Connie, let me ask you a situation. At the Whale's Tail or in food and beverage, since you are new to our industry, do you find that the kind of employees that we have working here are exuberate this kind of behavior? I mean, is this common thinking and thought process for people in the hospitality industry that we're a little reckless?
I feel like I'm pretty, not normal, but not fucking reckless.
Yeah,
I mean, not everyone is,
No.
you know, she's just living her life.
Yeah,
feeling
I think
herself.
I'm going.
Yeah,
I think
but-
I'm going through a time in my life that's eventually
I
going to.
mean, I do feel like I'm an
away.
18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old here when I'm with these kids working and
right.
whatever. I feel young again, and maybe
Yeah.
I do act a little.
I mean, I don't want to say
crazy,
too much, but in my marriage, there wasn't too much romance for a very long time.
so you didn't feel
right.
loved.
So right, and now it's like the time I'm feeling that from these men and getting that attention. It feels
And
so
you-
good.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm on such a high right now. Like my high. I feel so powerful, and I feel like.
But that's good. I'm glad.
But then I have
feel-
friends that are like, Rachel, your dial's at 10, bro. You got to bring it down to 8, 7, 6, and I don't know how. So there's that also. So
Does that scare you that you can't bring it down?
yeah, for sure. And the older now that I'm getting, you know, I just hit 40. I feel like I'm more heightened now than I ever was in my 30s.
Are you addicted to this rush?
Yes, it's a dopamine hit for me. For
All
sure.
right. So now we're getting into addictive type of behavior.
Correct. And I have that. I have an addictive personality.
Okay.
You know, I have a past and all of that. So this is just another thing, you know, that replaces something else.
Are you finding that you're not content within your own skin?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what could be productive, Connie, Sally, whatever the fuck your name is. Is that we want to empower self-confidence amongst our staff, right? I mean,
Right.
we want,
Well,
and I don't know you very well, but I remember, I think I didn't know your name probably until September, to be honest with
Yep.
you. When I realized you were sticking around, and I was like, I like her. She's a nice person.
September.
So,
what the fuck
well,
up?
unfortunately, people come and go. They don't last.
It's the
I'm like,
business,
why
yeah,
bother?
yeah.
So,
Why talk
Yeah.
to them or
And-
anything?
yeah,
Just-
why
just
even be like-
yeah, goodbye.
Stay in your office.
why say a word? You know?
so finally, I invite you upstairs, and I say, "How are you, Rachel? You know, tell me what's going on with you, because I like to kind of hear what's going." And listen,
Now you like to hear what's going on. You're like, I don't give a shit about these people. Then
Yeah.
you're like, now, since you're the only one
Maybe
left, I
because my
want the
stories
drama.
are so
And I
interesting.
need to know the drama. What's going on?
well, don't. Aren't we obligated as ownership or management to try and give our team the tools that they need to be successful, mind, body, and soul?
Yes.
I mean, isn't that what we're talking about, Connie? We want to help these people.
Mind, body,
Yeah.
and soul.
Like
I mean-
Joe, like stop smoking fucking pot. Anne Marie, stop being a fuck up, and like everybody, right?
Yeah.
We want to help these people,
Yeah.
right?
So I think to get back to what your question was before, Sash,
Yes.
you know, when you asked, like, do I see this type of behavior among the staff, right? Like, and I think that, first of all, I think it's the culture of the restaurant industry, right? You're around alcohol, it's like a good time. Everybody's having a good time. There's music on. It's like a feel good place. And so when you have that combination, when you have alcohol pretty much, and whatever other people are doing, I don't know, but when you have like mood elevators and people are just like, and I see it more at night than during the day, but you know, when you have this kind of thing and people get looser, they get like,
They get lit, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
they get
like
drunk,
they-
is what you're saying.
they want to
Here,
like,
as they work.
they start flirting, they start doing things, they even like, yeah. And so, but the interesting part is that there's two different, what I see, there's two different kinds of staff you have here. You have the older people who, for whatever reason in life, they're here. I don't mean to insult here, but like, you know, like it's not exactly.
None taken, thanks.
Yeah, like I didn't.
Thanks.
Anyway, so I'm not going to go into that, but like they're here for a reason, and it's usually because they need money and they're like struggling somehow in life. Okay, so and along with that goes maybe some mistakes they've made in their lives, and when I'm talking about mistakes, I'm talking about addictions and whatever, right? Whatever hardships they've gone through.
Infidelity.
And so they're here and whatever. But then you have the younger people the people who are just starting out in life, and you see it in their eyes. They're like they're so much fun. That's the part that I love, like working with those guys. They've got
There's
so
still
much
Christmas in their eyes.
They're like joyful, and it's just
Yeah.
like fun,
Yeah.
and they're so talented, and like we had a person that could sing, and another, and they're so smart,
The
and
wind
like
has yet to be taken out of their sails.
what?
Yes.
Right.
Right. I can't really hear. I'm sorry. I'm under a mask. But like, right. So they're like, and it's great, and it's whatever. But you know what happens is that, and especially for me, because I'm just naturally a person that likes to hear people and talk to them, and I'm so interested about why did you end up here, and what are you doing, and where are you going, and whatever. And so I end up being somebody that's listening, and what I hear is that people need to talk, right? And they need to get it out. And like, you will have a better staff if you allow people to have whatever amount of time, even if it's like a half an hour, just to sit down and talk with someone and be able to get it all out. Like what I was saying at the beginning, if you've ever seen the show Billions, they have an on-premise therapist in their office. And this woman in this office is pretty much the reason why they do so well in business, is because people are able to go and they sit down and they talk to her and they get whatever's on their mind out, and it helps.
Well, I guess with that being said, here at the Whale's Tail, we embrace our flaws.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
And
Yes.
we want to create a setting where we allow you to be imperfect, but as long as we are focusing towards the goal,
Right.
progress, not perfection, that's who we are.
And I think that is what we should go on, is that we're not perfect. We all, and it's okay. We're living human beings. You come here. Of course you have things that you're taking in here, like that happen at home, that happen with your children, that happen with your wife, like whatever. You're a human being. You're going to take it to work, right? But when it starts to become a problem and you can't do your job because of those things, wouldn't it be nice if you could come and be honest with a person that's acting like a therapist and be able to say, like, hey, this happened and I'm really upset about it. Like, can we talk about it? And then you get it out. You have somebody kind of like with some compassion, sympathize, give you some strategies, and then you go off, you go downstairs and you make $600 on the floor. Like, that's great.
Holla.
Well, so I think we're on positive track
But
here.
2025, I'm going to do this right, and this is the season, and we're going to make really
That's
good
right.
money, and we're going to
That's
focus,
right.
and we're going to get
Let's
this
make
done.
good choices,
And make good
everybody.
choices.
Thank you,
Yes.
ladies. You're wonderful ladies, and I love them all. And Happy New Year. And,
Happy New Year, and thank you for
and
that.
enjoy your
I can't wait
your
to share
marijuana
it.
basket.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you both.
And we're going to
It's very
bake, and we're going to
thoughtful.
bring stuff to Sash, and we're going to make sure
And
the
not
kids
tell
don't eat
anyone.
stuff.
No. One time I did eat a lot of edibles here because they lied to me about the dosage.
Yeah.
Who made them? And I was like,
Oh, the oven. That was fun.
Yeah.
And
we
thanks
can
for
bake
coming,
it.
Connie.
out.
Yeah. Wait.
You
You ever see that show Daria on MTV?
She's
love
Daria.
that.
She's
La,
Daria.
la,
She's
la,
la 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 la.
Come on, I'm a
la, la,
90s
la.
girl.
Yeah. And the sister's like,
That was me. Like this sister.
Thanks for coming, Connie.
This was fun. I had fun with you guys. Thanks.
You are such an interesting human being.
oh
You really are.
Oh God, Connie.
I'm like,
You make
I'm
me laugh.
uncomfortable with that fucking mask, how you're staring at me. It's very...
it's so.
All right. Well, God bless you. Happy New
God
Year.
bless
and
everybody.
we're going to open soon. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey.